years, he renews it for another 25,000 years. And those who study the history of our nation, they will see that in 1965, which was the Supreme Mathematics with equality, power, or refinement, that Almighty God Allah instructed his first law to either go to school or to get a trade in that equality power year. And University of Singapore said a lot of them did without hesitation. He said he said the majority was from Medina, but it's not whether the majority was from Medina or from Mecca, but it was for the nation to get that education. And they went, and God, they went on and went to college, and they went on and they taught. As we see now, through 9 regions, and 9 out of state, this knowledge has spread. But now I'm not going to take up too much time. What I want you to know is that I came here today, I had some balloons, not that much, $3. I had some lights, $3. You know, anybody that want to give a donation toward this, because remember now, you know, like I put up the majority. I'm not going to say how much I put up, I put up the majority. Remember, whether you give or not, the thing is still going to be on that day. But what we got to understand is that when we inherit something, we got to make it more greater and more beneficial than when we inherited it. And this is what Almighty God Allah did. He left the school for us, and we still got it. He gave us 120 lessons, and we still got it. So we carry the baton, and we passing this baton and the history down to the babies. You ain't studying your history, dust it off and open up the book. Or go around and ask someone that's living it. You want to find out about it, because law of mathematics is real. I came up with an idea. There's some guards that tell you that some of their babies, I go around and I ask them about their progress, and then at the end of the year, I rewarded them with $50 and $100. Something that we should also learn, it doesn't have to be money, it could be a book that you give to them. Our babies is the greatest. I want to ask the nation to stand up for a minute. Please, I want to ask the nation to stand up for a minute. Are y'all the real gods, sir? Are you the real gods, sir? So now we got to look at each other now. Look before you sit back down. Look at the next person that was saying to you that they was the real God on earth. Peace, my name is Wise, it's not Allah.
I just want to update you on Phenom's activities of the Phenom Council in reference of the valley. Okay, some people would know that it was shut down for the winter time for a personal problem of the spot that they had. So we rectified the situation. Alright, now it's getting hot. Alright, now we're going to go back into the park and Austin Park. Those who attended the following in the summertime is still at that particular place. Alright, this park will come in June 21st. Alright, just put it on the calendar. Alright, there ain't no further information I put it in, and I can do it enough degrees. Alright, today's mathematics is understanding knowledge, like we said at the beginning. Alright, now the culture that we live, we sit up here and we listen to a lot of brothers and sisters good. Right? We must understand that we cannot take anything on face value. Why we cannot take nothing on face value? Because we have to ask questions. That will take you out of the realm of taking things on face value. So we have to question a lot of things that you and I may say. You understand? One thing we have a problem is brothers getting up there or sisters, and not to bash anyone. I need to make that clear to you. It's not to bash anyone. But when you talk about policies and insurance and things like that, you must say to yourself, if a man would take it upon himself to take care of that business and be the spearhead of that, you wouldn't get slack on how you do it. Alright, but we must keep in mind to understand, if you're born in this world, you leave this world. You understand what I'm saying? So you must prepare yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You must prepare yourself. Now, if you don't have no type of insurance, you understand what I'm saying? I advise you should get some. You understand what I'm saying? Or if you have your earth, also sit down and build on it to find out if you have enough money to be taken care of when you return. Or your family, if you live with your family, the young guys, if you live with your family. You understand? See what type of disciple it is. You understand? Because you're knocking on doors, they good. You understand? Policy, like God said, is that it don't cost that much. But to prepare yourself, if you work, you can open up your own policy to show independency. If you don't have to, if you're a builder, you will know how to take care of your business. How are you going to teach the earth if you don't know what your what? Stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens, you get caught out there, and then all of a sudden, you have somebody, I need some money for the program. I need some money for the system. And it's a sad thing for a nation like us to be like this. You understand what I'm saying? We should have people who are intelligent, people on the planet. We teach the world. So if you want to teach the world, and a baby or someone say, what am I going to do when I leave? How am I going to prepare myself on the earth? Then what you going to say? You don't even have it your what? Son. You understand what I'm saying? So you should keep in mind that when you leave here, you take this thought to understand the knowledge of your own foundation. And say, yeah, but this is what I have to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because time waits for no man. All woman. But you brothers sit up here and let it melt you. Some things I don't agree with what he say, and some things I do. You understand? I'm not here to bash him or nothing like that. When anyone come up here, you're bashing. But you got to understand, take the best part, which is the understanding of the knowledge, and take that and utilize that to the highest of that what degree. You know what I'm saying? He said, well, damn, I don't need to give him no money. You know what I'm saying? But when he stopped to realize or think of, he is taking care of brothers that he said that brothers can't take care of their what? Self. So he's talking about older brothers, then let's look at the young brothers. Are you prepared to take care of yourself? I don't need no man to do what? Nothing for me. If I'm God, you understand? I don't expect no God's life. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be independent and do for your what? Self. Now I'm going to tell you that in the alphabet. Self-sustaining. So you got to understand them lessons when you're reading them. Because all them lessons apply to us. Regardless if you look at it or not. You understand? Or know it or not. You have to be able to study your lesson and pull out the best part which applies to you. You understand what I'm saying? And then you can utilize the best part. So in that note, on that particular note of that insurance stuff, you know, it's really a shame. How many people can really raise their hand and say they got it? You understand what I'm saying? And that's a shame to say that it's only 5 grand that goes up. Just now, I say that. So I say to you, especially to the young, because the way things are today, the young is getting knocked up out the box. You know, killing each other. And the knowledge, in the beginning, it wasn't like this. You understand what I'm saying? All you did was hung out with God. That's all you knew was God. That's all you knew was earth. You understand what I'm saying? Only time we be around the Father said when we're in our what? Cycle. The only time we go on the Father said is when we went to a Father again and we were building. You understand what I'm saying? And this line was each one teach one. That's why this, but now we were doing it, not the bad. I need to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Now the brothers are hanging out with these opposites and they're adapting our way, but not living our culture out. Right? Exactly. They get what? How long why? They get paid off our what? Wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be mindful. And then when the brothers start dealing with intoxication and they start passing the intoxication, put it that way, you understand what I'm saying? And they're not being mindful of the poison food that they're eating. And you say, yeah, God, yeah, God, yeah, God, what I'm saying? But they, in reality, they do not actually respect you because you're not actually teaching the proper way. Because you're going to hang out with it, your father said that he has to be, what? Taught. You understand what I'm saying? If he's not being taught, then you're not doing your what? Job. Now go down 1 degree, now build or destroy. Duty of a civilized person. You understand what I'm saying? So once you know that you got to teach civilization, righteousness, and the knowledge of yourself and himself, and the science, everything in life, then you know you build. You understand what I'm saying? They say take it out to the street. You know what that applies to? If none of you don't know, it's those who hang in the street. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a family man, so my 57 years old, I can't be hanging no more on the rooftop or the basement. That's not, you know, it's passed down. It's passed down to you, young brother, so order to show them food. Just like that, a law student lied and talk, never take nothing on face value or on talk. What you do is you ask the brother who's telling you that what he's telling you and say, let's go to the brother or the sister you advocate what you advocate. And then he or her, what? Show him through. That'll cut out the gossip. You know what I'm saying? That'll cut everything out. Now you go to law school, now I know if the brother said something. Father Bouchon said something yesterday. We had me, I'm on the board of directors as well. Alright? And he had said that he had an idea we need to get the yard beautified before the show and through. The brother said, yeah, you got a lot of old brother joking, got a lot of old brother, so I'm a young brother. I'm stepping to the plate. Not that you can't do it, right? But you stepping to the plate, doing a fine job. Now, I say to those who are available, those who are strong, why is that I only see 2 brothers or 3 brothers down here doing the yard, and we all come in the name of Allah? Something wrong with that picture. You know what I'm saying? So what I say to you all those who want to come and add on, is to go down there and say, I'm stepping to the plate. Let me go down there and put a little 2 cents in. Let me put some work in. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. That we need this work done. If we don't get this work done, then you want to have some more of this. Oh yeah, they said they were going to do this. 2 or 3 people don't run this nation. I don't care what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We all run this nation. But there's certain people at the helm to orchestrate that which needs to be manifested. Just like county, one who governs affairs for the nation. As such as myself or Pelham County, we govern affairs for the nation. On certain degrees, we will take responsibility for that. But when it's a bigger picture, then the nation is born. You know what I'm saying? So when I say, when they talk about, oh, yeah, well, they ain't doing this, they ain't doing that, don't get your hearing, but just go down here and check it out for yourself. And stop the backbiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Want to know where the money's at? Where the money's at? Where's so-and-so? You ain't gonna know shit. Excuse that. You ain't gonna know nothing if you don't go down there and check it out yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's our fault. We don't check it out for ourselves. And then that'll clear a lot of stuff. Then you can actually see what the hell is going on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, I want to make an announcement. Somebody dropped a black Cadillac Escalade. License plate T5, 14902C. Please go.
You know, so on that note, God, you know, it's very important for us to really recognize that which is going on in your own nation. Because when you go abroad or in your community and someone asks you and they say about a law school in Mecca, which is the vocal point or the black dot that everybody focuses on. So you don't have anything to say. No information given up because you don't know nothing. By not even taking the time to call 212-665-4175. You understand what I'm saying? That's the phone number to a law school. You understand what I'm saying? So y'all got to get up on the game. Study your lesson. Don't be scared about it. You understand what I'm saying? Came in the name of Allah. So you didn't know what was going down? You didn't know what was happening? You didn't know that Brownell was going to ask your lesson? You didn't know you were supposed to do work in this nation? Then you in the wrong place. But once again, I say, I'm not here to bash anyone, but you young brothers need to step up, man. Because how you gonna take Prince's position, you know what I'm saying? Because you gonna be here all his life, sitting up there, doing what you do, without one of your brothers saying, whoa, Prince, divine Prince, let me teach you how to do this. So he can step back for a minute and see his truth. You know what I'm saying? Obligate the time, one of you young brothers, and say, yo, Prince, I want to stand with you this trip, this route. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. You know, if you don't know, you're helping. I learned a lot from him. And a lot of brothers sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? But in that note, y'all got to check what's going on. And don't take nothing on face value about what's going on at a large school. Because the board of directors is doing the best that they can under scrutiny, under the pin sticking, and all of that other stuff. But the best part is the 83, which is the building. And that's what you look at. Peace.
Anybody find a cell phone?
Somebody lost some water earlier.
Peace, brother. It's good.
All right. I'm trying to change the tempo here a little bit, man. You know, because it's not about me. It's really not about you. It's about this nation. And my thing is, man, that the Parliament ain't necessarily no place to come and get some tea. Like what it is where you should be able to come and get information from a lot of various sources. All right? And like Ronald's right, Phillips is not going to be here all the time, man. So we have to sit to a degree, and this is about the young want y'all to move up. But I will tell you that it is essential that we all have privy to certain information. And you got to know, man, that the Parliament is important, not only to you, but to others as well, that really are not a part of you, but support what you're about and see something in you, see some energy in you that can, man, help somebody. On that note, I'd like to bring a person up to you today that's going to give you what I think is some useful information. Her name is Valerie. I know her last name, but her name is Valerie, and she wants the opportunity to present what she has to you. Before you go, come on, Valerie. Before you go, I just want to say one thing. There's a lot of energy here at Real Nation of Leaders. And sometimes one of the main qualities of leadership is knowing when to step back and let the process work. Those of you that are mindful. Sit
Unfortunately, it's not going home for whatever reason. A lot of guys don't know, but physically, emotionally, program together where we help fathers know their rights as far as child support, visitation, custody, legal issues, just to support them all around to help keep the man in their life. We're located at 317 Lenox Avenue, which is within a non-profit law firm. And as part of the government program, you also have access to legal criminal representation. And what we do, some of the issues that we cover, we have another company called LIFT. This is a legal services to families. They teach you how to represent yourself in court, so you're not scared of the system. You're not scared about child support. A lot of fathers want custody of their children feel like, you know, the court don't look at the data, and, you know, I could never get my kid, whatever the case may be. This whole program teaches you how to get your child, what your rights are. A lot of guys need jobs. I can't promise you a job, but for some reason I keep getting connected to different things, different groups or organizations that can help you get a job. I'm pretty much your support group. Whatever you need, if I can't do it, I'll get it done for you. If I can't do it, I'm gonna guide you, show you how to get it done if you're serious about it. I also do special family outings with fathers and their children. I take my Saturdays, I take my Sundays, I take my evenings. If your child likes to go see a Broadway play, maybe you want to take your kids to a Broadway play. You can't afford it right now, I understand. I'll pay for the tickets, my organization will pay for the tickets, we'll go as a family. The gentlemen, their children, and myself. Another thing that we do is a stipend. The stipend is for several reasons. One, birthdays come up, issues come up, you want to get copies of your birth certificate, don't have the cash right now. Normally it's $150, but the next couple of weeks I'm doing $200. The first two sessions you get 100, at graduation you get 100. But the most important thing for me is a certificate that you receive at the end of graduation. Again, a lot of fathers are in court trying to get custody, trying to get visitation. A lot of guys have criminal records, they have anger management issues, they have order protection. This certificate is recognized by the court. What are you doing to demonstrate that you want to be a part of your child's life? Understand? If I gotta go so far to step up and write a letter for you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, I'll support you. Maybe Defender Service will support you. It's a city-funded program, and unfortunately we are losing a lot of these programs for lack of participation. For lack of participation. If you guys don't participate, we're gonna lose the program. Simple as that. Yes.
Yes, a city-funded program. That means, and let's say there's a brother or a father in another state that has an issue with his children. You be of any help to them?
Does the father live in New York State or
No,
the child live in?
The father lives in, both the father lives in Virginia. The child is in Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm asking you this because I just had this call today about it.
Personal call, and I'll go through different resources to see how there's a public defender's office in every state.
Right.
So I can look through that. I'm not quite not sure if that's okay. But the whole premise is for fathers who live preferably in New York City. So yeah, New York City. Yes. You already have what you need. You already have what you need. Basic health as a tool. Yes. And that AAP program will include several types of topics. Example, rehabilitation, child support, staying healthy for your kids. I also do a health survey where another organization will tell you about, again, health values and strategies to find if you're okay. But I'm supposed to have a whole website that's not a whole all around down up. But about time you walk out, you have the information you need. Any more questions?
You have the card?
Yes, I do. I have the card, awesome amount. Again, my name is Valerie Strawn. I'm pretty much there from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. On Thursdays, my next group starts June 4th, which is this Thursday. If you'd like to participate, and you'd like to start June 4th, I'd rather you start at the beginning, so we don't have more delays. Please come by, call me, some appointment, whatever the case may be. That's pretty much it. Thank you for your time.
My name is Blackman Law. For those who don't know, I'm from the Law House, Stansbury Park. When I come here, I always speak.
All good, y'all. Everybody have a seat. We're gonna pass the cards out to you. Don't disrupt the Gotham building.
Thank you. And you better know the Law House. As I come here, I always show my understanding of God's teaching for your life, which is also Lord and Master. Our certificate of the law is God the Lord and the all named on the head, universal, that all man, woman, and child does not deal with education, they deal with the physical constitution. Now, understand the intelligence of the mental state of thought of this awareness. Allah gave us the best part. He gave us the knowledge and wisdom by letting us see his understanding. We feel our understanding of what it is, and it's definitely good. Knowledge is to know to be an intelligence of self. To know thyself is to know the truth. To know the truth is that which is the foundation of everything in existence, which is the actual fact. It's not a belief, it's not mysticism, it is not a joke, it is not a game. It is real. And what we live out is reality. We live the actual fact. We live a way of life. We live the oldest way of life. So we are the youngest nation. And this planet, on this planet, the 5% nation of the God and earth, only been in existence been 40 years. Yet we are the oldest way of life, which is dealing with Islam. It's not about religion, but we don't believe it. We know this to be the truth. Now, those who know this, live it. And those who live it, they show and prove it. How they show and prove? By letting it be seen. Show and prove is what we do every year. That's why we have this for everyone. The main word is the baby. I was a baby when I got it. Not no little baby, but I was a baby. You're a baby when you get this knowledge, because you don't know until you grow into it. You grow into it by studying it. When you study, you learn. That's how you know. Now when you know this, you live it. How you live it? By telling someone else. You show someone else. I can't teach nobody anything. I can only show you how I can. Like I show the baby. And the babies are the best part. Because when they come of the age, or become grown, or become adults, they can speak about that which they have heard, what they know, with this thing to those who showed me. That's how we got it. God gave it to the baby. He gave it to universal Savior. He gave it to us. I say, to apply your intelligence of truth, you must first show through your ability by intellect, which is controlled by a thought of absolute perfection. Our way of life is absolutely perfect. This is perfection at its finest, the nation of God and earth. Why? Because we are the best knowers of this intelligence, and it's not about what you say, it's how you show it. You say it, that is that. You see, to live this, you got to study it. And this day and time, really just know nothing. And now we don't know. Muslims didn't know. Now the 5% of the nation of God is know, and this ain't no what they call come and go. This ain't no phase. This is everlasting. Because once you get this, you will know. Mathematically impossible. You may pretend like you don't know, those who speak it, those who show improvement, those who live it. And it's the best thing that can ever happen. There's nothing wrong with knowing the truth. There's anything wrong with knowing thyself. This is real. Don't be afraid. You see the Muslim man afraid, the Christian man afraid. So why did God himself be afraid? Why should the earth be afraid? You have no reason to be afraid about what you did, about what you speak, about what you know, this is right here, that, about the truth. Just go and let it be known. I mean, yeah, we go through trials and tribulations. That's how it is. Oh, God, this is not it. And then they're going to do that to you. Then they're going to run up on you. Then they're going to do something to you. Then they're going to try to play, fear you. Yeah. And say you're strong enough. You got the strength. They are. It's very easy when you're trying. This is the truth. I so know the master, I sincerely know the law mathematics. Understand this now? Because the culture is back. Because the Bible has no children. How we got to take this quality of what we say they are. That's how you do it. Oh, the disciple that is complete. Because notice, words, only wise words are spoken by those who know to read. And the understanding is see, those their words. That's how they really get taught. And they say the mind controls things to waste. When you speak, when you think about it, you ain't wasting your voice. You created the very intelligence of a life. When you begin to triple darkness, light is made, and the color is given for the perfect of it. You say you have to and to create a degree of intelligence, think about it, calculate it. Mind, you take mind, with a degree of those who see it, they know to be the baby are the best with the children. If we got it so good, I would be able to have it. But we celebrate and teach them all, show them. Because you can only teach yourself. I taught myself to speak the way I do. I don't follow no one. I don't respect no one's life. I give off the best part of this intelligence of my life. This is do a lot of these things now. You need that to understand. I know reading. The understanding of our Father when we live our life. And this is that you can trust in our understanding and trust in our life. And you know what? It is beautiful. And God is supposed to get different. If you get what it is yourself. And there's nothing wrong with telling someone else. I love to see those who never have a mind. The only maybe 5%. They don't know the truth of the God, they know they're born in the truth, they worship that they know now, but they think he's dead. And they're wrong about that. It's hard to know that. When you come easy, you should feel like it's taking time. You're not like that. There ain't no walk and stuff. It's not easy, you got to physical, you got to stop it. Take it, you know, pretty bad. It's right. That's a belief. That's what we believe. It leads us. You know it. You want to lead him to be. Because he got something like that. Got all. It's good. They got to tell him. Don't be afraid to tell him. You know it. Well, not the things. I got to tell him. And he knows there's a lot of babies out there. And these young guys, you'll be on the streets. You know yourself, you want to tell them. Tell your father. You get 85, so what? That is because you're going to do 85 at one time. You would not want to give it to you. It's always in God and you bring the door. If you can't into existence of intelligence or knowing that you're going to spend the word that will give and it will rise for you. You can't take it. There will live this out to the best of your understanding. God will be blessed. Always.
Praise my name is God. Prince of Lord. Everything that they were saying, God manifested for Peter. But you know what? I'm from Medina. I walk all over these 5 boroughs and I stay up in Rochester, New York. And then I see what you're talking about. Who know me? Oh, I mean, you know your knowledge of yourself. You let the show walk through those hours and drop. That's a minute. Think about something you know it's that. And you know what? I survived. I survived. But you know what? God yourself brought me back to myself. I had to come back down here. Hold up. It's about financial thing now. I heard people talk about I need this. I'm not going to come up. You know what? I tell them to go to school, man. We're supposed to go. Said, yeah, I tried to school with. Hey, you know what I mean? Come on. Polish it up. Give it back. Give it to me. Give it to them. Where it's supposed to be. I mean, I've been here since I was 16. I'm culture, build and destroy. And I still look good. Because you know what? I love what I deal with. And you can't take that from me. Understand? This goddamn culture. Oh, I said something wrong. Ladies might be in here. I'm saying things wrong. They not that. You understand it or not? They won't see the culture. We have been, you have not been. I don't see doors that was closed and I opened them. You know how I did that? My knowledge, my wisdom. I got some damn understanding about my coach, and I showed you some damn power. And then I said, you want to keep going? I got to build and destroy it. Both my knowledge and my cipher. And I took it. I mean, left the 5 boroughs. And it's hard. It's hard. I mean, now they're talking about this. Go according. I mean, when you alone and you see certain things, I mean, the Father taught us how to utilize ourselves, how to be at a point, not that nation. And people get up here, ain't no been over here. And they something, I'm not denying any man of their rights or what they're doing. You know what I mean? Or against yourself. You can't walk outside if you don't know. Now this means to know. Now the basic foundation of everything exists. And if you don't have that, you ain't filed. Then to go to agree when you talk about wisdom. What was wisdom? Wisdom was so much lost knowledge of himself. And look at them beasts. Wisdom. You go all the way to different degrees. You know what I mean? You got to understand what you speak. Wisdom will leave you because you will get into some financial things. You might get more money than you ever received. And you get stuck in there. Now you got to start showing it. But you know, that's not us. That's not us.
that must come non-stop. Manifest what? Ourselves. That's what's wrong, baby. Black man, black woman. We want what we don't even have. And we got it all. Face. Equality, I see equality. I see today mathematics understanding the knowledge of cultural freedom. I see understanding is when you activate knowledge and wisdom, or wisdom understanding. When we say God see the knowledge, not only we have to see ourselves with a physical eye, but we also have to see ourselves with a third eye. Because when you see yourself with a third eye, not only you got to see the surface, but you also see the inside. That's what we say, the understanding, that's the first part. God and earth. Understanding the knowledge and understanding ourselves. I can say today mathematics is understanding ourselves. See ourselves. Knowledge in the alphabet is what? Allah. And knowledge is the foundation of everything in life. Knowledge is to observe, listen, to look. Knowledge is accumulation of energy. Knowledge is information. Knowledge is everything. There is knowledge in everything. There is mind in everything. God. Why do you think the devil, God can hurt? Why do you think the devil made so much big deal about number 13? Understanding the knowledge, understanding, that's the same thing. When you go downtown, Wall Street, all the space, you see lots of birthdays that skate the dirty floor. Am I right or wrong? And when the devil called the judge, when the son reached 13, they celebrate. They're teaching people number 13 is a superstitious number. Friday the 13, all that kind of stuff. But when their son reached 13 before, they celebrate. They give their son knowledge of themselves to understand themselves. That's why you see all this little devil, they're 13 years old, they're acting like mature. Their little crown and their head, their broken and their head. Because why? Because they give them the knowledge of themselves at the age of 13 years old. So the 10%, the devil, God, they don't want our people. We call the 85% to understand number 13. Because when you understand yourself, you got to understand yourself to bring forth the culture, to free yourself. God and earth. This
culture right here were designed to perpetuate toxic consumption into its citizenry. Another, for people to still be a consumer of that culture, they got to do what? To keep those people lives, death, and dumb. To keep them in a state of mind of 85%. And who are the 85%? They are uncivilized people, poison, animal eater, slaves of a mental death and power. People who do not know who the truth and living God is, and they're already in this world. And they're working in something that will not fly. People who are easy to be led to the wrong direction and hard to be led to the right direction. I mean, that's the culture of the 85%. Let me repeat myself again. That's the culture of 85%. Poison, animal eater. That's not the culture of God. That's not the culture of Allah. That's the culture of people who don't have knowledge, wisdom, understanding of themselves, who take everything and face value, who eat everything. Because they take everything and face value, that means you eat everything. Another God for the earth, for the institution of the devil to exist. They got to have consumer to consume their own food. And when people consume their own food, that means that you act other than your own self to fill up what that institution. When we eat their own food, mental and physical, that's means we create an atmosphere our own self to be what? Incarcerated. We create the atmosphere to go where? To the hospital. Because all these things work together. All these things work together. The church, the hospital, jail, all these things are devil institutions. All these things, when they took up the chain from my ancestor head, the first thing our ancestor had to go what? Had to go to their church. And you see the church and the cemetery, they're built the same way. The church has a cross, and the cemetery has a cross. One is to kill the mind. That's the devil's cemetery. It's to kill the mind. Then when they kill the mind, then you go what? To the cemetery. God and earth. Today, I have a special message. Please, I want you to understand the now. Sometimes from the past, that's why I heard the wise spoken word. But those who are in tune with the mind will detect the message. Because mind travel at the speed that only the mind can what? See, wisdom drops the 3 and the 1 to 36. Do you mean to tell me that? Wisdom drops the 3 and the 1 to 36. Do you mean to tell me that you put them to only 79 years ago? Wisdom birth of the soil. The prevalent interpretation that they will receive more gold than they were earlier in their own country. Wisdom born. Did they receive the gold? Wisdom born. Did they receive the gold? On the little society. The treasure disappeared, and there was no one left to speak their language. Understanding the knowledge. What happened? Understanding the wisdom. They want to go home, but could not swim 9,000 miles. Tell me where in the devil history they have ever kept the word. Tell me where? Can I let a man sit in front of man? Tell man, if I change my name to Dodo, and Dodo to my name, the devil will respect Dodo, or the devil will respect a piece of paper that I receive, I'm going to receive gold. It's not cycle, because that's not the nature of the devil. The history of the devil shows he respects no law. When he wants something from our first invasion, from taking way back, from killing, from the insult, from the Persian, from the Roman, from the Greek, they never kept the word. Anytime there was something that invaded, that took it. Anywhere in Africa, from Morocco, from everywhere, Iraq, there was the oil that just worked and made the temple. They don't have no respect for 17. They don't have no respect for nothing. When there was something, they took it. So we should check understanding now. You know, sometimes a lot of young who be there on the side without really understanding the knowledge. They get drawn by people who are looking for gold. You know what I'm saying? You get drawn and the people with them, sometimes 10% less suckers who are looking for gold. And you got the best. When anyone's coming to me, going God about, you can tell me, I can see the gold. No, I'm looking for a gold. No, the trigger is straight and yo, no one ever speak out of it. Because I am God of the universe. I am God of the cosmos. I got to be in tune with the law of the universe, the law of the cosmos. To base my consciousness to the seventh day of energy so everything can rotate and run me. The devil wakes up every day. We don't need no devil permission or no devil to recognize us. We got no beginning, we got no end. We all got the sun, moon, and stars. Understanding the knowledge of God and the one to follow. You know, I'm going to live zigzag. To make a devil one must do. To make the devil one must even grab people from people's hands. That's right inside. Now, God and earth, creation and evolution, you know, can be scientific or can be myth. Because when you say something anywhere, you got to be able to prove it. If we cannot be proved, it's a belief. Understand the cycle of the devil started out the devil was made. The devil was made from the original man by practical severity of the germ, within the black and body there is two genes, one black, one blonde. They are proven the law of birth control, separate the blonde gene from the black gene and graft it into white by destroying the black gene. After following this process for sequence of years, the gene become white and weak, it was no longer original. Also by taking the original blood, the gene become weak and weakened, it was no longer the same. This is how Yahoo met the devil. Now, when you say a theory to anyone, educated person, a person who will teach, right? They're going to tell you your school. They're going to tell you from a word. If you give them from a word, so that person is going to look at you automatically like you're a Muslim. You believe. And we are not Muslims, we're a science. We historian. We show and prove everything we say. That's why we bless with the science of supreme mathematics. We can grow everything from knowledge to forward, not add up to the science. Now, the way I draw it up, God is earth. Yaakov is a mindset. No, check it out. Now let's take it to the foundation.
Whatever you think is necessary, if you have it today, we would like it, not tomorrow, today, if you have a mind. And one of the announcements, we're doing the Children's Olympics, we're showing food next month. So when you have the baby, you need you to be out in the schoolyard for the Power Hour to Equality out with the Children's Olympics for the show and food as well. Peace.
Grace. Let me back. You see, now, I don't want to step in religious. We are not religious. Listen, God on earth. When you have work like walk from heaven, from everywhere, Moses, Formosa, David, Noah, Jesus, tell me more. Go, down. But everything was there. God, all this thing, we was not aware of all this thing before sin. And our history, that is, those things do not exist. But definitely, devil has no history. That is from the cave. So when that invade ocean, that's called our history. You know what I'm saying? And presented to us after the century in the form of tricknow. That's why the Bible is the book of tricknow. The Bible is the book of tricknow. It's not a book that anybody can understand. If you don't know your history, your origin, you compare but inside the Bible with your history, you're going to be confused. That's why there's only one only religion and they're fighting with each other. Because it's a trick knowledge book. Every man can recognize it the way, person can recognize it the way they want it. So there was no such a man called Jacob or Jacob. Now, Jacob is a mindset. Jacob is nature. People depigmented themselves through migration. Every complexion from black seed, brown seed, yellow seed, anywhere complexion came from when people migrate to a certain area. Now we're speaking about the death. We know some of our people from the past become dissatisfied. When they become dissatisfied, they didn't want to obey the law of the universe, or I would say the law of my heart, which is based in law, order, balance, justice, reciprocity. They didn't want to follow the law, they had to migrate themselves. So the group that migrate themselves to the law, now in such so when they migrate to the north of Europe and West Asia, what we used to call West Asia, they got caught in the Ice Age. They got caught in the Ice Age for about 15,000, 20,000 years. The less ice age that we had for the world. WURN. So naturally, what our ancestor Elijah Muhammad did is about the same.
Hey, anybody brought a GW license plate WCW 61Y? You're blocking somebody and get out. Hey.
So that's what you want genetic pressure. They start to become too depigmented themselves. Because remember that, and the ice age, they try to go back to the stars. They continue to go before Africa, where the burden of ice age that built up up there in the West Asia, they could not leave, go back to the sun with their family. So they could not receive the armor of the ultraviolet of the sun, you know what I'm saying, to increase the melanin and to keep the melanin going. You know, and they could not receive also what we call the vitamin D, because we got to receive enough sun to get the vitamin D. And you don't get the vitamin D, then that means that also that you don't get enough calcium. So you know God's earth. So in time, they become lighter, 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 and lighter. Right now. So that's why the devil comes into existence. Now, the devil himself right now, that you not deny that. The devil even himself today, that agreed the Paris came from the continent called Africa. That life, everything originated. That life, everything originated from Africa. Understanding the knowledge, God. Understanding the knowledge, God's spirit. Whatever that we say, we have to show and prove scientifically. We are scientists. Anyone tell you something, they got to show and prove what they say. Because we can decide what's not the kind. The deep down is open. That is that will not. Faith.
Great.
Last comment, continuation. And I told you all that we're trying to develop a resource book. We all know resource book is that excuse around because there's now. I bet the state will be a jackrabbit that you can't tell the resource of a person that's in that city. In order to build a nation, we need to know what type of skills, tradesmen, academia, educators we have in our midst. We all vote that there's 23 million square miles of useful land that is used by original people. In this day and time, that useful land to us is the useful resources that we have amongst ourselves. When they pass it out to y'all, showing a form that y'all can read or write, that I would like y'all to fill out, legit, that comes September, October. If I just have one in that book, you will have a resource book. Because you cannot understand knowledge until you have the knowledge to have the proper understanding. I'm not here to tell you about, to make devil what was one person do. I deal in reverse polarity. The devil has been created already on the physical plane. He gave the right to see God. Y'all walk away. Y'all gonna pull it out today, because what we're gonna start doing is this. A part of it is, well, we need to know the men and women in our nation that you so. I don't care if everybody walk out. I just want to know that you're not going to pull it out, give it back to the brother. I want you to fold up in his pocket and go about your business. If you're not going to do it, don't take it. Put it out. But the science is that today is not a math to understand the knowledge. Today you feel to make what one person do. I'm here to speak on the days of mathematics. Because we got to understand the knowledge that we got. The knowledge that we got is based on the foundation. Like they honor justice today. It says peace of all, law, and justice. Peace of all, law, and justice. The knowledge is what? The foundation. So if we cannot understand the foundation that we have to build upon, then we cannot build properly. You can build, but it's not going to last. The proof is in the pudding, based on strong knowledge. June 13, 1969, the father went home. The brother told me on June 13th this year, 2009, that's basically 40 years. Some of y'all was not even born. Some of y'all was babies. But the fact of the matter is, good, bad, or indifferent, from 69 to 2009, we as a people, society, to be civilized, is still here. When the father went home, he was in 5 years. He was all over the planet Earth. Also, they may have it messed up. Some of y'all think, yes, maybe messed up. But the fact of the matter is, we here. And the middle of the nation is not coming to the parliament once a month, saying the days of is this. Building a nation is dealing with concrete things that will enhance your growth in the government, that will enhance your children's growth in the government, that will enhance your community growth in the government, and most importantly, it will enhance the world growth in the government. I know it sounds strange, but when you tell the world that the black man is God, the maker only the dream on the planet, those are powerful things. These are not things that sound good, these are powerful things. So, when you say that you are God, that's new to the world, but God only give you up. Man. But we still must learn how to be a what? Original man. Understanding that first is the owner. Who is the original man? Maker owner, the creator, one of the powers of blessing, and God of the universe. That sounds good when you quote it, but when you look at the content of what you're saying, that calls a man that's stupid to try to learn to be what? Intelligent. That calls a woman that's walking a crooked life to try to live a straight life. So are we here once a month to fool ourselves, or are we here to try to understand the foundation, the knowledge of the foundation, peace of all, law, and justice, to get the proper mindset that is required for us to stand as men and women as a nation. This is not an organization. This is not a what? Religion. Although we say that Islam is our way of life, I saw for the master. But the common effort that y'all need to know is understanding knowledge. And I said before, once you understand, you cannot understand knowledge unless you have the proper foundation to have understanding. That takes you to butt, rain, hell, snow, what? An earthquake, based on a degree. That's the 13th degree. Butt, rain, hell, snow, and earthquake. They continue daily to teach 85% all the year, such as rain, hail, snow, and earthquake, caused by the mystery laws they cannot see until they die. This is believed by the 85%. The 10% knows when the person dies, he will not return from his grave and tell the living whether he's alive or not, because of all the history of Islam never revealed anyone the daily chance where he was. This was greater law was one. there was not mentioned, there's only mentioned there. This is a quotation of that lesson that was answered in 1934. But the key to that is what rain. We know what makes rain, but what rain earthquake. And the but is only the lie. When your knowledge does not have the proper foundation, to have the understanding, then you are a substitute to accept lies into your ability to build. And many of us have lies inside ourselves because we are not understanding the knowledge that we take in. Everybody here, 120 degrees. Everybody here at a certain time want to wear a flag and say part of this. But when it comes to dealing with the knowledge of what makes this work, they come to a positive. I'm not crying about anything. I'm only telling you the knowledge that I see. And many times when you see knowledge, if it's not right, you can't cry about it. You got to go what? Correct. In my particular case, I can't cry about it because some of y'all wasn't even born 40 years ago. So if y'all fucked up, excuse my language, but my person was the greater person is being blind as a dumb, then I'm messed up because I was here at a shot where some of y'all was only still a thought in y'all's daddy's lives. But I bear witness that y'all came out of there and tried to learn and spread life. So there are things that's incorrect and insufficient. Must be steps to build upon the foundation to be right and exact. To think as a nation, we must be real with ourselves. We must understand our deficiencies. We must understand our strengths. This myth that brothers have, or sisters have, that God cannot be weak. There's no weakness at all. If there's a weakness in any man, that don't mean that you are weak or feeble-minded person. That means that you may have a deficiency in something that needs to be cleaned up and added upon towards building. I've seen many people come and go. Not just from 69 to 1940. In my entire life, but in this station I see people come and go, and people going to come and go. I'm not discouraged, because all it takes is one, because that one is that knowledge. But y'all must understand, what do understanding knowledge mean? It does not mean continue to quote that 31st degree in 1 to 40 as though you are an intelligent person. It means you must understand the knowledge. Why isn't the devil bestowed upon the best part of the planet Earth? That is a lesson. But at the same time that you quote that lesson, you tell the world and tell yourself that your black woman is the earth. So why isn't the devil bestowed upon your best part, your woman? Because if you are to make children and to conceive long after you are gone, the woman must be educated properly and understood properly. Not as a piece of dirt, not as a piece of ass, but as your home that you entrust with your seed. Just not physically, the physical seed come and go. Because you can die today and they can take your sperm and freeze it. But it's the mental seed that you plant in her that make her the earth. It's not the physical seed. Because you call your mama, but we call our mama the old earth. And they ain't got no knowledge on the preaching that your young woman got. But we still recognize her as being the old earth because we teach that the earth is our home. That's the first degree in 114. And then the first degree in the 140. Who made the Holy Quran Bible how long ago? It talks about that Islam renews history every 25,000 years. And we're not talking about Islam as a what? Religion, but based on the question and answer that exists in that degree, and you read it without proper understanding, you would only come to the conclusion that it is talking about the Quran that Muslims of the world read today, because our message we bear with as Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he was coming from that perspective. But our understanding is taking us on a different perspective. So how do you make your history to equal your own? Just not the physical face of the front of it, but what you told the world that nobody else told, that the black woman is what? The earth. Nobody else said that before in their life. They said a black woman is a bitch, a whore. You say that the black woman is the earth. Do you understand what you are saying? By saying these particular things, and you make your history to equal that home circumference of her. Even though she may be Susie Neckbone at the time you need her, and you cannot do history according to her mentality as Susie Neckbone, you could travel through 24,896 and experience that 24 of the idea of another man that built a society for one common cause that they studied for 35 to 50 years, that they implement the equality of who they are into your woman, and thus that becomes their useful land. They use 6 million square miles, and that 6 only represents how they continue to teach and keep you and your people related, because the children are not being groomed from the womb up to boyhood, where you can take from boyhood to manhood. Because all you're doing is saying she's your earth, but you're not making history or cause her circumference, meaning her travel. So who are we fooling? So there's understanding knowledge. If we do it understanding knowledge, that we can deal in our language of mathematics, that we have reverse polarity, where our knowledge have understanding, that we understand what blood brain waves of blood is alive, and continue to grow the globe and to build, that we can say what make rain, hail, snow, and earthquake, because this world is never gone above a 6-mile height by the sun or moon. It cannot be above 6. So that must be the good equality, because I'm not here to speak above the people's heads. I'm here to speak into their heads. Y'all speaking above the head because y'all on this illusion, because you say to God that you are exempt from any form of examination, and you are exempt to recognize the stupidity that you had prior to coming to the knowledge of self. Not say stupidity because everybody's thinking. 95% of the bars on earth think once they get knowledge of self in terms of learning how to coach the lesson, that they are instant civilized. In the law of world manifest, we do not deal in instant parts. There's no such thing as being instantly civilized. It's a growing process. So how are we going to feel that this government came here today and wrong everybody else that say they 5% on put us on land that say is ours? We are in a bad situation because we talk a good game, but we ain't do the right thing. And I can say that's stupid fool there. He talk all that, but he ain't doing right. But I'm just as wrong as he is because I knew better than anybody. They say, well, the elder. I'm not in church. I'm not deacon or elder Duma. I'm older. Older than the sun, moon, and stars. When the father left, I was here. I was on my post. I got my own personal, individual discrepancy that I may have to correct, but in terms of trying to build this from a young man to an older man, I think I did goddamn well. And I'm afraid to tell them. And I'm not conceding. And I'm not conceiving nobody's thought. I have accepted the mindset of the law. The mindset of the law is not based on justice. It's based on a commitment. You all must understand the mindset in order to build a nation. This nation is no democracy. Ain't no one man, one woman, vote. Ain't none of that. This is based on one man responsibility, one woman responsibility. And we all have
responsibility on the common cause, then we enter into a mindset to manifest. Years from 1 to 9, when everything can be born. Things must be born. Whether it's born alive, whether it's born what? Dead. It must be born. That's why I don't get mad at nothing no more. I may see things I don't like, I'm not getting mad at it. Because if it's born to me, it's dead, then I'm blessed to see it and understand it. This water comes to a fineness that the naked eye can hardly what? Detect. Now this business is higher. It increases with other business. But the bottom line, because of the fast speed or rotation, your woman make around you make it impossible to leave. What does that mean? That means that whether you accept the knowledge that you say you have understanding of a woman's nature, her job, whether she be a boxer or whether she be Susie Benton, is to master every weak man and to tell the truth on every strong man. You can't get mad at it because your reputation is good for 4 steps and she accepted. But on the 5th step, you can't handle it. She'll give you what? The sex.
In the last.
But she knows no muscle. That's why horsepower is based on 6 seconds of the move power by 21 seconds. So 6 is always positive. This is quality that can be good, quality that can be bad. It's good. We say, I have the son. In the old days, not the old days, at one time within our history, we did not have understanding of knowledge, a sister that bear a brother or daughter, he's like 67, 68. The brother said, he been cultivated. The brother walked around with his head down like this. Because he had a daughter. But through the mindset and the teachings of our father, he said that if all y'all had sons, how would y'all live on? Somebody gotta have what? A daughter. So if y'all still teach that, then there's a misunderstanding that y'all may have concerning understanding what? Knowledge. Because all we have to do is to renew our history. And y'all gotta understand this, God. Understand God. Tell us what and how the God and earth and 5 percenters survived 40 years from 1969 to 2009, still standing on our square. Like a homeowner, you pay a lot of money for oil, but you got cracks in your what? Window. So a good homeowner will consult, read a book, and learn to seal the cracks to preserve the heat to save what? Money. We got cracks in our business. It's not bad because we understand it. It's not pointing fingers at no one individual because we understand it. We understand what? The knowledge. And show and understand that knowledge through our science of reverse polarity, that knowledge. The knowledge is what? The foundation that we are able to see from what we have learned. Thus, we are able to be free from misconception, from manipulation, from lies. But to be free to show forth our culture and in the same enlightenment, it says culture is what? Our God. So our God must understand that foundation that he is building upon to renew the history. And to understand and knowledge through the mindset, not through quotation of lessons, but through the mindset of Allah, we teach that one day equals 1,000 years to the God. One day not equal 1,000 years to the world. One day equals 1,000 years to the God. Thus, we can renew our history every 25 months. Individually and collectively. This is why we have the Universal Parliament to renew the history. To get rid of that which is not right and to continue to build on that which is good. Not for the minute. But how do we renew history if we do not know each other's knowledge? For example, now, here we are at the Universal Parliament, building a nation. Our intentions are what? Honorable, and our intentions are good. Right? We have to learn to make it what? Exact. You can be right, but if you're not exact, you cannot renew what? The history according to the home circumference that you have chosen. So how do we build a nation? And I'm also, right, a victim of the same thing I asked that brother there. But a lot of y'all know me, my name. If y'all put me to task, and I know some of y'all for years, you say, Umar, I'm glad nobody was thinking that quick to say, Umar, what's my name? But I'm going to tell you the truth. If I know, I know I don't know. But how can we build collectively as men and women if we don't know each other's name and know each other? So we teach, right? First thing we're supposed to do what? Right? What does that mean? If I go around this room, I'm going to get many variables or interpretations of what the knowledge means. Some of the interpretations might put me to sleep. Based on high signs or based on forward signs. But the fact of the matter is, just a breakdown, do we know the legs of each other? How can we build? How can we go further with an idea? If I need help, and this particular help I need, I don't know because I don't know him, he's not stepping up. So I'm looking outside someplace else for it. This is why it says, now disciple, now let's add on disciple. Y'all do it in the year 2009 born. Next year is a now let's add on disciple. Or now disciple. But we don't have to wait till next year to start planning. Because this year, the born year, we're celebrating 40 years of our father going home. But the 10th degree says, who is that mystery God? And the key that is, ain't no mystery God. Why? Because the Son of Man, they did what? They agreed. After they waste time searching and searching, they agreed. They lose no more time searching for something that does not exist. So if you do not know the resource, the application of that resource that exists in this nation, what are we doing? We are wasting time looking and searching for something that does not exist, opposed to agreeing. When we agree, that means we have a common what? Goal, a common cause. And what are we agreeing upon? We agree upon to save the children. How are we going to save the children? How are we going to save the children? If I came with 20 children that need tutorial because they failing in school and their parents doing their best but just can't do it, who can I turn to? Can I come to you? Can I come to you? You. Why? What you have on in terms of helping the children? I'm not pointing people out.
How are you going to save the children? How are you civilizing people? Civilizing people teach knowledge and wisdom of the human presence on the planet. That means that if you teach the knowledge and wisdom of the human presence on the planet, that means you must teach biology, chemistry, physics, all the science that cause people to grow and develop. Or are we just stuck or product of the ghetto of hell and we don't know how to come out of being ghettos? Or are we just fooling people because it's very easy, my beloved brothers and sisters, being stuck and understanding knowledge that you can a bunch of 85 and you can say some of the craziest things in the world and they gonna nod their head because they're scared, they never heard it before, and they gonna think you're the most intelligent man on the planet, but you're the stupidest man on the planet because you ain't showing him nothing. And that same person that you talking to may be the same person I may have to kill physically, but he may kill me because of your misinterpretation of the language that we speak and the knowledge that you came here and got. Now, cycle. See our God. Give me some God to breathe. What is God to breathe? Is a food, stupid ain't food. When somebody goes to restaurant, I'm walking out of 12 Jews and food has to be 7. Give me a cigarette. Give me a CI germ. Now, here I am, not privy to this, that there's a bunch of fools running around exploiting my language with some desperate people, and I'm thinking that I'm secure because I got the highest language that nobody understands, but those who have applied themselves to it. I said, God, get God you now. Niggas say, oh yeah? Because they have played brothers out, misusing our language, misusing our name, misusing our women, and your sister ain't excluded, misusing our brothers. In this society, you got people who like to get handcuffed, tied down, and spanked. And maybe some of y'all, but that's personal. Now, y'all laugh, shit. Now, I'm saying that the word stuff ain't a mental, it ain't a physical stuff, it's a mental stuff. So anything is possible if a man is dead and a victim of the butt. He could be an informant, he could be flipped, turned. He could say that he's a homo sapien, another word for the human man. He becomes homosexual. All these deformities that we have in our midst is not of the mindset that I follow